How's it going, guys? So the topic of today's video is going to be weight loss, and specifically how to get started with your weight loss journey. So the first tip I have for you guys is to find your caloric needs and create a caloric deficit. So you can go about this one of two ways. You can either get your caloric needs from an online calculator, which I will link a few that I trust down below, including MyFitnessPal, which is actually what I use currently, and their numbers that they kind of put out roughly match up with the numbers that I do out on paper, which brings me to the second option, which is doing it out by hand, and you can actually find the equations, either Harris-Benedict or Mifflin-St. Jeor equations online. You can actually find these equations. You input your own numbers, so meaning your height, weight, and age, and then what they're going to give you is your resting energy expenditure. And so what your resting energy expenditure is essentially the amount of calories that you're going to need to take in order to just maintain your body weight when you're resting. So if I were to just sit on this couch for the rest of my life, well, not that extreme, but if I were to sit on this couch for a whole day and not do anything, not move, not really even pick up the remote to change the channel, I know a certain amount of calories that I would need in order to maintain my weight. So once you have that number, once you have your resting energy expenditure, you're going to want to times it by your activity factor. So let's say that you're fairly active. You would times it by whatever a fairly active person's activity factor would be. So let's just say it's 1.5. So you would times the number that you get by 1.5, and then that would give your total energy expenditure. So what your total energy expenditure is going to be the amount of calories that you need to take in to support your body weight, to maintain your current body weight with the amount of physical activity that you're doing. So once you have your TEE, or your total energy expenditure, you're going to want to put yourself in a deficit. So in order to do this, rule of thumb, we'll kind of use a 3,500 calorie rule, even though there are recent studies showing that this rule isn't necessarily 100% spot on for everyone. It could be a little more, a little less, but for time's sake, we will just use the 3,500 calorie rule because it will get you to lose weight. So with a 3,500 calorie rule, what I mean by this is in 1 pound of fat, there is roughly 3,500 calories. And in order to put yourself in a deficit to lose 1 pound of fat a week, you're going to want to deduct about 500 calories a day from your total energy expenditure. So what this means is really taking a number. So let's say your total energy expenditure is 1,800 and you want to lose a pound a week, you would deduct 500 from it, and then that would leave you at 1,300 calories a day, and that's how much you would need to eat in order to lose 1 pound a week. So once you have your caloric deficit, this will bring you into my second tip, which is exercise. So exercise for me when I first started out was very simple. I was a year removed from playing football. I took my sophomore year of high school off from playing football, mainly because I was lazy, but that's for a whole other video. But yeah, so, I wasn't in the best shape when I started, so I really just started by walking 2 miles, which took me about 30 to 34 minutes every morning. Right as I would wake up, I would try to walk a mile or two, and that's something that I could hold myself to. So my best tip for you guys with exercise is do something that you can do for 30 to 60 minutes every day or every other day. I know something personally that I wish I had gotten into was weightlifting, because it would have helped me kind of maintain or even gain some muscle while I was losing the weight, because unfortunately I did lose a little bit of lean body mass, which, considering how drastically I changed my weight in such a short period of time, I was surprised I didn't lose a little bit more. But regardless, my best tip with exercise is finding something that just gets your heart rate up, but it's also something that you can do consistently and not like hate doing. Don't try to get yourself to do something that you hate, because you're not going to stick with it. And I know for a lot of clients I've had in the past, they can get the diet part down just fine, but when it comes to, upping the exercise a bit so they can burst through plateaus, they can't burst through those plateaus because they don't like doing exercise, because they haven't found something that works for them. So my third tip for you guys is telling your support, whether it be your family or your closest friends, that you're actually going to go through this journey. You're going to lose the weight, because I know I really probably couldn't have lost the weight without the support of my family, because they were the ones that would provide me with some healthier food. And if we were going out, I can actually just remember going over to my friend's house, and all my friends knew that I was losing weight. And I can remember going over to my friend's house, and his mom would actually just like specifically have healthier alternatives to snacks, or she would make a healthier dinner when I was coming over, just to accommodate for me, because they knew how important it was to me for to lose weight. And it wasn't because they were like, you have to lose weight, so we're gonna just make you eat healthier, but they knew since it was my choice, they wanted to help me out. They wanted to see me succeed. And I can guarantee there's at least one person in your life that will be that person that makes you the healthy meals. They will be that person that gives you the support that you need in unfamiliar scenarios, such as going out to eat or going over a friend's house. Or, support's great when you feel like giving up, and, you can just talk to someone and they'll be like, just keep pushing through, it's a good person to lean on. Now, my fourth tip is to set realistic goals for yourself. And so I know going into it, it's kind of absurd for me to think that you're not going to have this goal of losing a bunch of weight. Let's just say you want to lose 100 pounds. I can't not tell you to want to lose 100 pounds, but what I can tell you is what worked for me was setting a weekly goal. Whether it be for weight, or, to do a certain amount of exercise each week. And those little goals will help you build confidence up, and they're going to help you in the long run, because you're going to not experience so many pitfalls and not experience so many failures, and that when those failures do come around, you'll have more successes to back up your will to go forward than there are failures. Because if you set that you want to lose 100 pounds, and in the first week you lose a pound, or 1 week later down the road you gain a pound, you might just be like, wow, well, it's not worth it. I'm never going to get there. But if you set the smaller goals and you hit those smaller goals each week, you're going to build the confidence, and that's going to help you burst through the failures that you may experience along the way. Alright guys, so my camera's actually about to die, and I know I probably missed a few tips and pointers that I would want to give you, and I know that I'm going to end up kicking myself for it, but that's what future videos are going to be for. So if you do need any more advice on any of the questions that you have, feel free to comment down below or shoot me a message over at my fitness Facebook page. I allowed messages for anyone that likes it. So if you guys do have any further questions, feel free to message me or just comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you out, and subscribe for more tip videos such as this one, or for the Quest for 500 series, which is going pretty good. Alright, so I will see you guys later. Peace.